episode 5 of the main
Hi.
wrestling show. Unless you're watching on YouTube, nobody does anyway. I'm Jack Milner wearing a glorious main event red shirt. My missus won't let me wear this in public, hence why we're wearing this for a podcast. As I say, podcast. Yeah, it's an audio podcast. Nobody can see it. I'll put a picture on the YouTube channel. He's John Jacobs. She's Lissy Almeida. We might get some run-ins. Let's see what the booking's like later in the show. We're here to watch the October the 11th, 1993 episode of Monday Night Raw, the peak New Generation eras. And Lissy, you can use the word Chico because Razor Ramon will be featured heavily on the broadcast.
I love him. I miss him.
Tell me why you love the New Generation era.
Tell me why.
Well, again, this was well before I was born, but I heard that it was a really great time. I mean, out with Hulk Hogan, in with the new generation of the group of stars that Vince was going to move into the next millennium with, or so he thought.
It was basically, I'm going to build a company around Brett and Shawn. What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing. Everything.
And it kind of went all right. Brett champion through 94, and then Shawn champion 96. Diesel in between. I mean, I think Shawn was the, I don't want to say the worst performing champion as a draw. I think that might go to Diesel.
Let's just take it easy here. I don't want to start the Shawn slander so early.
Shawn's Booker of the Year right now, isn't he? NXT is doing big numbers.
Brother, I'm really excited. I know this is probably gonna, well, depending on how quickly my guy Jack works. NXT is
very quick,
NXT is on fire right now. Like, it is so cool that John Cena is gonna be on tomorrow night. Excuse me. Like, it's just gonna be like a star-studded event. And I love, I don't know if other people love this, but I love this, that like they have Becky back in NXT. I think it kind of shows the ability of the NXT talent to kind of, hold their own with the main roster folks. So, and I really like how, quick little commercial, I saw like a tweet about this today, that all 3 brands are really vying for Jade Cargill. And it's funny because they really haven't been rating NXT as a brand the last couple of years. So for them to say like, all 3 brands really want Jade is kind of cool. Because I mean, personally, I don't think she needs to go to NXT, but if the main roster talent is going to be, a fixture there going forward, I kind of think that'd be cool.
John, if you had the pencil, where would Jade Cargill be debuting on? In WWE?
That's very difficult because I genuinely don't know who is on what brand, but I definitely would put her on one of the main 2 brands because I just think her star presence is too much for NXT. But I think she probably will need a little bit of time in the Performance Center just to get her where they want her to be. Like, it's very difficult, right? Because unlike a lot of people, literally every match that she's ever had, we've seen it's been on TV, right? Assuming you watch Rampage, but it's been on TV. She's never had that time to kind of, work matches in the Indies and stuff like that. So as much as she has that star potential, I think WWE are going to want to spend some time with her and WWEify her. But yeah, whether it's SmackDown or whether it's Raw, I think she probably suits Raw better, just in terms of the way that show is. But I really don't know which stars are on which brand. I can't keep up. So difficult to choose, but I do think she's a main roster talent rather than an NXT talent. And the other thing is with that it shows how much they're investing in her. There's very few people that they've signed recently that have jumped straight to the main roster. I think it's like Cody and AJ Styles, and that's about it. I don't know if there's others that I'm missing. Even people like Shinsuke and there you go, went to NXT to start with.
Are they doing this just to spite AEW? Because Twitter's a very toxic place, especially
the most toxic.
AEW fans, they're only doing this because they've stolen us from they've stolen Jade from us. Like, well, Jade was pushed, right? She was undefeated. I mean, I think she was booked poorly, but she was made to look strong.
Right.
it's difficult, but I could see Raw is more a place for. She's an attraction, right? They've got 3 hours to
Mm.
fill. But for me, the money match would be her versus Charlotte at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but I don't think you necessarily have to. It doesn't matter which brand she's on for that, right? She could win the Rumble, or they could build a story. There could be trades, it's whatever. Like it doesn't, and as well, it doesn't need to be this year, right? They can have her do something different at WrestleMania this year and move her to a different match, whatever. There's plenty of time for both of those. So
It's kind of like a throwback to, if you go back and watch, which you won't, go back to watch the 80s stuff. If the new heel came into the territory, all the managers would be vying for their services.
Yes.
You'd have Bobby Heenan and Slick and Jimmy Hart and
Harry
whoever,
Martel,
or
everybody.
Mr. Fuji trying to get, this guy's he's the new top guy. I've got to try and pitch for him.
100%.
Just by Triple H coming invited and her, I don't know where I'm going to turn up. She immediately looks like a big deal.
But I mean, she is a big deal. It's not necessarily about who she is currently. I think it's more about who she can be and the role she can play, right? I think we've always talked about how like WWE, the developmental has been kind of weird these last few years, right? Because before, somebody who's a big name could show up from another company. This is back in the day, right? Now they've transitioned to a system where they're signing collegiate athletes that are going through their system and learning to wrestle at the PC and stuff like that. I think a very big name that is a really good success story is Bianca Belair, right? And that's somebody that we could see as a potential opponent for someone like Jade coming up. But like we were saying, we really haven't seen somebody so big signed that's come over, because there kind of really isn't anywhere for people to come from, right? Like I think that like Jade was like a kind of like a diamond in the rough that was in AEW, but there really hasn't been anybody else that they could sign that's going to be like, oh wow, this is a big name. Whereas like every week you see a big announcement on AEW where they're like, oh, we've got a big signing, we've got a big name or whatever. But like realistically, the big names right now are in WWE for the most part. And this
the thing is as well, like
discredit the other companies either.
The thing is as well, like there's a difference between a big name to WWE and a big name to AEW. Like if you're AEW and you bring in Dolph Ziggler, that is actually a big name, right? But that's someone at a level that WWE would let go. Do you know what I mean? 100%. So the only big names that WWE can, no, it's true though. It doesn't.
It's because the thing is, even Cody wasn't I obviously like we love Cody, love what he's doing, but you can't necessarily consider him a big signing because he came from WWE before. We've seen Cody already, so like this is a person that I think it's just such a big deal, like you're saying, John, because it hasn't been able to work vice versa yet. This is the first time that we're seeing it work that way.
Yeah, and I think that there are people at the top of the AEW card who would be seen as, in the future, potentially big star signings for WWE. I'm thinking of the likes of Ricky Starks or Wardlow, like those kinds of people. I think are ones that would be considered big marquee signings. But I don't think that WWE are just rolling out the red carpet because they're trying to take shots at AEW, right? Like they brought in Brian Kendrick to the developmental. They're not like going crazy about him because it's a different kind of signing, right? But Jade is obviously a star. Like she had a super long unbeaten run. Whatever you think of her in-ring level, WWE's never necessarily been about the in-ring level. It's about that star power. And the fact that someone can switch on the TV and see her and she will grab your attention instantly because of how she looks is the reason why they're going to be pushing her and why she's a perfect fit for WWE.
Right. We'll come back on this later. I'm worried about time, so we are going to press ahead, and I will. It's a touchy subject, so I'm going to ask you more about this later. But in the meantime, we're going to watch Monday Night Raw with Vince in all his pomp announcing voice here. October the 11th, 1993. As you listen to this, it is the 30th anniversary of this peak New Generation fandom. If you're watching on the network, like John and I, it's /video/67196 or search Hate the New Network. It's rude. October 11th, 1993.
Wait, is there a new network?
Yeah, they've messed the app up. It's really hard to navigate.
Getting ghetto.
If you're on the ghetto, every time Lissy says ghetto, drink. If you're on the cock, where'd you go?
If you're on the cock, it is WWE Monday Night Raw. If you can ever find Monday Night Raw, it's so hard to find on there. Season 1, episode 35, October 11th, in the year of our Lord, 1993.
In the year of our Lord, and I think I'm gonna guess this was Macho Man, Vince, and maybe Jerry Lawler on the announce call. Let's see. We're gonna click play in 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Ooh, that's loud.
A shiny Intercontinental title.
I love this belt, and I really love this belt in white.
Goated belt. Oh my god, look at this Battle Royal. Crush. I'm trying to go through here. You've got
Is that Bastion Booger?
Tatanka. Marty Jannetty. Yes,
Diesel.
Yeah, Diesel.
The Kid.
1, 2, 3.
Gonzalez. Giant Gonzalez. Oh, he sucked.
El Gigante and WC, the Mountie.
The Mountie. Oh, wait, no, the Quebecers.
Bob Backlund. This is so... God, this is so my childhood.
What a time. Rick Martel. Great worker. Love Rick Martel.
I mean, Rick Martel was... People forget he was AWA World Champion. He had some...
Big star. And from a wrestling family in Canada.
French-Canadian.
I absolutely love Vince on the call here. Like, he is selling this like everything.
He is. Vince is a showman.
This is a precursor to Mr. McMahon for sure. You can just hear it in the voice. Because he doesn't get this hyped on commentary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the classic, what a maneuver.
He was up, brother.
Do we got no?
And wait, this opening music is
grab a drink.
amazing.
I'm trying to remember.
This is me playing my drums.
There used to be loads of like siren type stuff. Wah.
True. Wait, they might come.
And they'd be wrestling in front of like 1,500
know.
people.
There's sirens.
I can't hear it yet.
Oh, sorry, I'm ahead of you, brother.
Oh my
No, I
god.
was there listening.
There you go. Welcome to Monday
The
Night.
Ring Girls. Oh my god, so cringe. Yo, Bobby in the. Oh my god.
The Ring Girls, man.
Give me that jacket. Oh, sorry, you're ahead. I'm ahead of you, so I'll wait.
You're ahead of mine. I need to speed up. Oh wow, that is an unbelievable Bobby Heenan jacket.
I'm obsessed with this jacket. Like, I want it now.
I'm at 2:26, by the way.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Yeah, I'm at 2:34, 35.
Yeah, but
for some reason you're like 10 seconds behind Jack.
yeah, but like my 2:26 and your 2:26 for whatever reason are always different. So
It's weird. So Vince has aged so dramatically from 80s Vince to now. He looks, I think he's like 50.
Look at Earl Hebner in the bow tie. Love it.
So wait, do you guys prefer the refs in the blue shirt with the tie? Greatest of all time right here. Do not talk to me about it.
I like the black and white, but I think that's just because that's what I grew up with.
Yeah. This is like classic ref right here.
I don't think that's Earl Hebner. I think that's Dave Hebner.
Might be. We'll never know unless they say it.
Really?
The model, Rick Martel. Who?
I feel like I think that's Earl. They don't look that alike, surely.
Twins.
I think so. I really.
Is your trolley man?
He is. Relax. Okay.
I never know what he's.
I love Rick Martel as a heel, even though like I think as a kid you like the good guys usually, but like I don't know. Huh?
He's got zero reaction coming out.
I know. But I always loved his little outfits. I loved his tie. I mean, I wasn't a kid at this time. I wasn't born yet, but
You were born.
when I went back and watched it on the network.
My
mom
had such a
Look at this guy. Look at
he's dripping with machismo. Right, I've
dripping. He's dripping in gold and oozing machismo.
Jack, you need to get better Wi-Fi because it's shocking.
Yeah,
I'm like a good 20 seconds in front of you already, and it's only been 4 minutes.
I'll see what Picardo promises in the manifesto.
Don't do that again.
I keep helping Ollie, by the way, because Ollie does all the social media for GSD.
I have no idea who
you should be posting.
or what
This is for JJ.
You need to, Jack. You got to speak up a bit, mate.
Okay. I was saying I keep telling Ollie what to post or giving him pointers for the GSD. Nothing. Can't hear.
Very, very, very quiet.
Okay. Well, you get a very quiet, Jack, for the next half hour.
That's better. That was better.
Mike Chioda with a mullet. Wow.
Oh, there we go.
Tell you what, Rick Martel has taken some chops on the house shows over the weekend. Look at them. Look at those marks.
This might be the first Rick Martel match I've ever watched.
Really?
Yeah.
Get out.
Oh, what? The model, and he used to come out with the perfume, but it kind of looked like what an exterminator would use.
Like, obviously I know of him, but I'm trying to think when I ever would have seen one of his matches. When did he leave?
He stayed until like maybe another year or two.
I think 94, early 95,
Yeah.
and then he kind of
Went
borderline retired, and then he turned up in WCW late 97. Was there for about 3-4 months, and he did like his ACL, or he broke his leg. So he had a severe injury, and that was it finished. And he's only like 40.
Yeah, he's very young.
JJ, he was AWA World Champion in '85. He beat Nick Bonkwinkle.
Bonkwinkle.
Nick
Bonkwinkle.
He had a huge run in All Japan.
Like
He had some big matches with Flair in '85, champion versus champion, and that signed. He was part of the Lissy, what tag team was he part of?
Strike Force.
Strike Force. There you go.
Oh, Bobby Lashley.
What?
Bobby Lashley was in Strike Force. I've heard that.
So
I don't get the joke.
It's MMA.
There was an MMA company called Strike Force that Bobby Lashley was in for a bit.
Jack. You know what? That's why we love Jack. There's just the Jackisms about Jack.
I can't believe you forget, like, Rick Martel's a big dude. Look how big Scott Hall is.
It's huge.
Like, massive. I think you're right. That could be Earl Hebner.
Guys, we won't know until they say it. It's okay.
I thought it was Mike Chioda.
This is not Bryce Remsburg.
Fuck Bryce Remsburg. Let me just say that.
I hate him so bad.
What about Rick Knox?
Well, he's just a useless human being. So,
so I was telling
you know about this, no, Lissy?
What?
Rick Knox. I think he's not been on, has he? I don't know. I've not really been looking out for it, but I noticed the week after he wasn't on Dynamite because he completely missed that Moxley was seriously injured during that whole TNT match.
Super concussed.
Pretty much. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm so tired.
That's the first thing. Like, I know you don't like me mentioning Cornette. He said you can mention Cornette. No, the referee's first job is okay. You do the finish as told before. That's up there with you protect the talent.
Yeah. And he failed on both.
You messed the finish up, and you can tell that he was not Lupe.
Yeah.
How incompetent can you be? But there's a rule number one. You
do your job.
One, two. Why stop the count?
I know. It didn't make any sense.
It just exposes it. In terms of suspending your disbelief, gone. I can't. Yeah. I tried watching that and went, oh, this is just fucking shit.
I know, I mean, I can understand that it might be really difficult if, you're in that situation, that's not supposed to happen, you just fuck up, but it just shouldn't be happening when you're at that level, you're on national TV week in, week out.
Vince,
you got to do better, right?
Vince has said Vince is like, via the headset, right? DQ'd guys if they don't get out the ring, or if they get counted out and not getting counted out. Apparently, he's like such a stickler for trying to make it look weirdly. I have no idea how his mind must work. Like, it has to be credible, pal. Referees must have some authority, and they do stupid stuff all the time. But weird one.
I don't know.
Have you been watching AW, Lissa?
How would you have ended the match, Jack? if that was you.
You just count the three.
Roller for the win. 1, 2, 3. Notice he's concussed. Roll him up. We'll sort it out later.
That's it. But
get him to the back. Protect team.
I don't know why. I think it's the struggle between what's going to happen and you want it to happen as closely as you think it's supposed to happen because you're aware of what the finish is.
The other thing was like
protect them.
Sorry. Yeah. The other thing was like he actually people thought that it came from the pile driver, but I don't think it did. I think he got knocked loopy from the dive over the turnbuckle that Phoenix did, because you see Phoenix reach for his hand, and Moxie's supposed to squeeze back, right? That's the point of that, to do that, and Moxie didn't squeeze back. So at that point, Phoenix should be saying to the referee, he's not okay, right? And then you figure out what's going to happen, but. I don't know, you don't know where that communication broke down, whether that's Phoenix or whether that's he's told the ref and the rest not acted on it, but not great.
Oof, that body slam nearly went awry.
It just kind of sucks when like everyone watching something can very clearly just tell and be like, that's not supposed to be happening right now.
Yeah.
But
Excalibur well, John Moxley playing rope-a-dope. Like, no, he's just out. He's
trying.
He's out of it, pal. He's lulling him in and then hitting him late.
It's very hard.
Do we see Brett on this show? I hope so.
93. I don't think he was hurt. I think we're building up to Survivor Series the following month. I'm sure he was on the show. He had to be.
We see Owen Hart. Doesn't look like we get Brett.
At least one heart. Okay.
They might be doing a European or a World Tour somewhere, but around this time. Oh, he's using the ropes, the rapscallion.
Why did you choose this episode?
He just chose this episode because he's going to say it was 30 years ago this week.
On this day. On this day.
Why am I getting abuse here? I mean...
I was just looking through the matches.
I want to watch 1986 Jim Crockett Promotions, but no, I don't want to watch NWA from the 80s.
The main event is the Rock and Roll Express v. Gill and Hardy. I don't even know who they are.
Right, so that would have probably meant the Midnight Express and Cornette. Cornette says something.
Oh my god!
I don't know when
the
John's being funny or not.
I don't know that. The semi-main is two people I've never heard of.
Who is it?
Adam Bomb.
You've never heard of Adam Bomb?
Wait, one second. The Rock and Roll Express.
Go on.
In this show.
Yeah, Rock and Roll Express versus Gill and Hardy is the main event, and the semi-main is Adam Bomb versus Ross Greenberg.
We're gonna see. Hold on, guys.
The Rock and Roll Express with WF in '93. That can't be right.
You're so unwell. You're just gonna have to wait and find out. Don't do any googling right now. Just wait.
Oh wow. I thought you meant like the 1986 World Championship.
No, this episode.
Oh wow, that's mental. Because the Rock and Roll Express was huge in '86. They drew massive money.
Jack doesn't even know what he's showing us. He's just putting stuff on. He just says, "Let's watch this." Doesn't know what it is, who's involved.
He said, "We're gonna watch Raw from 30 years ago this week." That was it. That was the only requirement. That was the only way that we were gonna watch something that wasn't NWA related, John. It was this.
I have a link. I have the show lined up here. Raw, October 14th, '96. Shawn Michaels versus Steve Austin in the main event. And you chose this.
It's okay because Razor and the model are doing it right now.
I mean, this should be the main event, to be fair.
This really should.
But this is like AEW booking, right? They'll often put what should be the main event in the opener.
Yeah.
It's very hard to second guess TK.
How? Oh, look how he gets out of it. Look at this. Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that.
What a maneuver.
Oh my god. That's like
can we get a time check right now, please? Big drop.
Yeah, I'm at 14, 30, 31, 32.
Good lord, I'm so bad.
On the WWE network.
Yeah, we're not streaming it illegally. I paid my network subscription. Cancel the fight subscription. AW dead to me.
This really should have been the main.
AEW in the mud. In the mud.
Very
Lissy,
rude.
how excited are you going to be when the Punker shows up in WWE?
What?
How excited are you going to be when the Punker shows up at
Oh no,
Survivor Series?
I heard you the first time. I just wanted to give you a
All right.
chance.
1, 2. That was a good near fall.
Oh, good. Jack, we're on the same page. I love it.
2 really good workers. I'm part of my surprise.
Really? How did you guys feel about Macho Man on commentary?
Oh yeah, Macho Man. Just didn't fit.
Whoa.
He wanted to be wrestling.
He
Like
was desperate to wrestle.
Vince had it in his mind that this is, that he was done in the ring and then this was what he was going to be doing. But look at that. He went to WCW. That's his history, brother.
He made Gorgeous George the other day.
Gosh.
I was trying to get oh God, that was.
This is scary.
Good Lord, he nearly dropped him there.
Oof. I mean, is he better than John Moxley was on commentary? Is the question.
What did he look
And
like?
the answer is almost certainly no.
Ding 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 ding.
When finishers meant something, this was the time.
You got hit by the Razor's Edge project. You weren't kicking out.
Ever. Look at that shirt. The bad guy.
I got chills, but man.
Look at that.
Scott Hall's always had brilliant chest hair.
Do you know what? Thinking on that, like, I often say that Taker versus HBK at WrestleMania is like my favorite match of all time. But I feel like that was the match that kicked off finishers not meaning anything, because they saw the pops that those kickouts got and they were like, we need to do this all the time.
You can't. It's not like, okay, that sort of thing should only happen at WrestleMania, or that type of, like, a career ending type of match, right? A match that has that much on the line, those types of stakes. Good Lord.
Or something like, like Mania 17, right? I think Mania 15.
This is my favorite shirt. I had that shirt.
I'm going back. WrestleMania 14. Stone Cold against Shawn Michaels. Stunner, 1, 2, 3. Game over. I think WrestleMania 15. Rock kicked out of one stunner. Second time got a pin, 1, 2, 3. By 17, it was the Rocker kicked out of 2 or 3, and then he came down with McMahon. My God, Scott Hall is he's a good.
I guess did you just like just the charisma, right? That
chest.
Yes, like he looked down at the belt and he looked up at like the camera just like that for that second. Like he just had it.
I mean, and just again, I appreciate a good-looking man. He looks to have really strong thighs. But I don't mean anything naughty. But the clique would always say it's an upper body business, brother. Who the hell's this guy? What are we watching right now?
Razor Ramon, mate.
What the fuck are you doing to not besmirch Brett like that? By the way, there's a Tanga game making 2023 would never happen.
Yeah.
No, would never happen. What is happening right now? Here's
Here are the head shrinkers. Rikishi.
Kishi
and his
Fatu. He was called Fatu at the time.
By the way, have you seen the?
I know what I know.
Wow, that was really there was a lot going on.
Have you seen the press conference with Jey Uso and Cody?
I've seen
when they were drunk.
Oh my God!
They were hammered.
Just
So, who do you think was like, "Hey guys, you just won the titles and have a great time. Oh wait, but also we're gonna have a press conference later and we need you to talk." Do you think that any of that was considered, or did they just not care?
Just how is Cody like everyone's brother? I don't get it. Cody's like. I mean, I'm still going back to All In when we saw the guy with the brother Cody shirt. Was it like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Cody there in the middle of them all having a meeting.
I don't know.
That was at the train station. I said to that guy, "That's the greatest shit I've ever seen." He went, "Thank you very much."
You've got to remember that because Cody had an interracial baby, he actually solved racism. So off the back of that, I think that's why he's
so, John,
everyone's bro.
By comparison, why haven't you gone to such measures to?
I didn't really publicize that. Yeah. Obviously, he's brought that to national TV.
You have really
he
disappointed yourself in the community.
And you have 2 of them.
2.
That's true.
Yeah.
But the problem is, they actually, if I told people, oh, these babies are in like mixed race, they would be like,
no one would believe you.
I don't believe you.
No one would believe
I mean,
no, look, this beautiful woman is their mother. She wouldn't sleep with you.
I can't remember what it was. Whenever we filmed around your birthday, well, obviously, I'm hitting that straight off. It was something that I'm hitting that straight away. I'm still starting the date right. Like Lissy's face, like, oh, right, okay.
Guys, that was a lot. That
because it's not true. I mean, on a birthday, I mean, you kind of have to, right?
Oh, my friends.
Maybe.
But anyway, Cody has solved racism, so thank you, brother Cody.
Thank you, Cody.
But like Cody's like the ultimate babyface. Everyone loves him there.
No comment. No, I think Cody's I think he's probably just like a cool guy. Like,
can I make a comment
before
you go into that, Lissy?
Yeah.
No coincidence. Brandy hasn't been out with him once in 2 years, right?
She's gone.
But I don't think they called it the Codyverse, right? Cody did whatever he wanted AEW. Like,
yeah.
And a good, honourable man, right? I want my wife with me. Brother.
Yeah, fine.
It's not helping the gimmick. People don't like her. No, people love her. Cody. It's not doing you any favours, pal.
I really, like I said, Brandy, when she was Eden Styles in WWE, she was a ring announcer. I respect her work there. It was really just, we know the comment that I won't even repeat it. I can't repeat it here, but like, just like when you start to like bring like racial stuff into it, and then you say it like in that context, like you just, I will die on this hill. Like you open that door for other people to call you something like that. I would never refer to myself as a black bee when arguing with a white man. But that's just my personal decision. But like I said, I don't know. I'm sure that maybe after she read comments or just got the feedback on it, she may have, felt differently about it than she did when she was going into that promo.
Who was the first thing she got in with? It was Jade Cargill, right? Who the hell told you it was open mic night, bitch?
Yeah. There was
and then that was well received.
A lot of screaming, yeah.
But, yeah, having an argument with a 50-year-old white guy and going down that road, yeah. It was just it's a weird one where the crowd went really quiet, like we don't know how we're supposed to react to this.
Exactly. Like
big splash coming.
Like, are you supposed to cheer someone calling themselves a black bitch? I don't know.
No, like that's just, I don't know. Like I said, I found it in poor taste, and I don't know how obviously I don't know her, so like if I said that and then like I got that reaction, I probably would have like apologized for it after saying it. Not gonna lie.
Ludwig Borger's up next, by the way. Speaking of
oh, so much on this guy. Remember he was supposed to be like this big monster heel, and then
was he not the guy who was actually a Nazi? Or
was he actually a Nazi in real life? I thought he was just.
He had a Nazi tattoo on his ankle.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really? I feel like these sorts of things.
Am I getting confused as to what?
What a hottie! Look at this girl in the.
I don't think that would stop them from pushing him. I mean, look at Hogan.
Borger had a Schutzstaffel tattoo on his calf. He was made to put tape over the tattoo when he wrestled in the WWF.
Who is this kid that Owen Hart is wrestling?
I don't know, but can we gloss over the fact? One sec. He had a Nazi tattoo on his calf. Put a bit of tape on it, pal. It's fine.
Yeah, they knew. They weren't like, get rid of him. They were like, yeah, we know, just don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm just laughing at how Jack said, just put a bit of tape on it, brother. Don't worry.
That's such a Bruce Pritchard call.
Okay, can we pause here because like I feel like we need to just Owen's wearing the blue blazer type of gear. Because this was kind of before he went into his tag team. Wait, was this before or after his tag team time with Coco Beware, High Energy, Jack?
The Coco Beware tag team. Coco Beware.
It was before this.
I think it was 91. I think 1991 with the really weird black and white checked with fluorescent. The gear was
but that's very early 90s though. That was like the vibe back then.
It was very. Is that Jack Dawn, by the way? I think that's a young Jack Dawn.
Very young Jack Dawn.
Looks it.
Yeah. By the way, I just mentioned Ludwig Borger. Then, if you look at his Wikipedia, like, wow, it's been a lot of things. So on July the 4th, 2003, happy America Day. A handgun was fired inside his apartment.
It's not America Day. It's the 4th of July.
July the 4th, 2003, America Day.
No, we called it the 4th of July. That's just what we call it here. We don't say America Day or Independence Day.
I was trying to be funny.
Oh, sorry. I missed it. You should try harder next time, brother.
Nobody was injured, but the gun was unlicensed. He was hospitalized as he had only days before being in a boxing match and was using prescription painkillers. His blood had additionally contained trace amounts of amphetamines. Police search of his house obviously turned up illegal steroids. He claimed somebody had put the amphetamines into his drink without his knowledge. That's how they got into his system. He was tried and in early March 2006, 18 months later, he was involuntarily committed to a mental hospital.
What year is this?
March 2006.
Good Lord.
And in 2010, he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So rest in peace. Well, rest in peace. He got a Nazi tattoo on his leg.
Is he dead?
He committed suicide in 2010.
Oh, he did. Oh, good riddance to him then.
Good riddance.
Good Lord.
No thoughts, no prayers from Lissy Almeida. Wow.
No, I mean anybody who's walking around with a Nazi tattoo on their leg. I mean, are you fucking kidding me?
He wasn't even German. He was born in Helsinki.
Finland. Yeah.
Finland, very peaceful country.
He was a member of the Finnish Parliament from 2003 to 2007, representing the True Finns Party.
Oh yeah, okay, we understand what that means.
Let's keep that. He would, yeah.
Say less.
Look.
Say less.
Ludwig Borger and Cody in the same.
I've been watching too much Top Boy.
Editors know I have never watched Top Boy.
It's so good, but
yes,
like, they use phrases that I can't say.
Yes,
not can't
John,
say.
You're a middle-class
not can't
white man.
say.
Yeah.
I know, but it just like sounds weird coming from me. Like say less.
So do you want to explain that for any of our overseas viewers, listeners?
Well, Swerve says it, right? It's just like, I don't know, if someone says, I don't know, can you do this? Yeah, you got it. Say less. That's fine. I've got it handled.
Say nothing. Say less. Like,
yeah.
So sometimes
I have no idea what you're talking about, by the way. So.
Okay, so sometimes like.
Do you mean like hush your gums?
What?
If you say to me, John, no. Like if you say to me, John, have you ordered those microphones? Yeah, say less. I don't know. Does that work? Kind of.
Absolutely.
It's like you don't even have to say it. It's already done type of situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've already handled business, right?
Yeah.
Why are you like this? Why are you?
You're the one that they use a lot of steak.
Understand.
You know. But everyone knows that. I think. Especially in the UK.
Could you say it anything more proper? I've already handled business.
All right, I've already handled business. Do you want to go Dusty? I mean, he looks if someone looks like a Nazi, walks like a Nazi.
This guy, you could listen. You could see him working at Auschwitz. Let's just look at him.
Okay.
He wishes he was
giving Heidenreich.
Was Heidenreich actually Finnish? There's a Swedish guy in my office, by the way, and he would always make the same joke. Nicholas, are you finished? No, I've just started, mate.
This guy, just look
Very,
at
very funny.
he wishes.
He's like a 48-year-old, like dad of like 2 grown-ups. He finds himself hilarious. But
I can't.
But European people making English jokes will never not be. There's a guy we play football with. I think is he called Ivan? Do you know the Slovenian guy?
Mm-hmm.
He tells like very basic jokes and starts pissed himself laughing. Hey Jack, that ball you just missed, it went out. Ah! What?
Yeah, it's like when English isn't their first language and they think they've made an amazing pun on the English language, but he's like, what?
Yeah, you hit the bin. What the hell? What room did that come from? Was that you, John?
Here.
No.
All right.
Okay.
What's he doing with his eyebrows? Why does he look like Carlo Ancelotti?
Do you guys wait? Can you guys hear the baby crying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Mila.
Little bit.
Oh my God, that's such a good joke, Lissy, and you will have no idea. Carlo Ancelotti is one of the greatest football coaches of all time. She's muted. Good luck. And he would always have one eyebrow that would be always like exploring what was over there. Ludwig's not even like cut or anything. How did this guy get pushed?
No, it's not.
That's a very interesting tattoo on his arm.
Scary looking. I don't know what to say.
He's a big bastard.
Just renamed myself because I just realized that my sister used my laptop before and it's been saying her name. Listen, ever since you told me this guy was a Nazi 5 minutes ago, I'm done with him. He's dead to me. Like
He's dead.
They
died
should
13 years ago. So Vince is like, how old is Vince? He's like 50 odd, right?
Vince is born in. It's okay, Rick.
Oh, there you go. This guy was on Finland Gladiators. So, but my God, pal, look at him.
There you go. They wanted to break into that famous Finnish market.
Oh, not Finnish. He just started. Yeah, so Vince has just turned 48 here, but he looks so old.
Well, what does he look like now? Do you like or dislike the work that he's done? I'm not even talking about the mustache.
Hate it. I think he just
The
looks.
work looks terrible.
It's plastic surgery.
He looks like a.
There he is, Mr. USA.
He looks like Walt Disney on steroids.
He looks so bad.
What's with the Zubaz? Why does everything have to be stars and stripes?
My friend just wrestled
Can't listen.
back through the other day in those exact same pants. I was trying to remember when I saw them before. It was here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's how you get over against the foreign opponent, right? Stars and stripes. USA.
Bring out the patriotism.
What child is crying, Lissa?
Oh, it's Mila.
Mila still.
Why is she crying? Is it nap time?
Because she's Mila. That's what she does, brother.
Say less.
Say nothing.
I have no
idea. It's calm still.
So I've not actually watched the new season. I'm not sure what I'm waiting for, but like, I just want to be able to binge it properly.
It's so good. So good.
I just wouldn't understand.
Nicole was like low-key obsessed with Jamie.
He's such a little cutie.
JJ, I'm muted right now. Can you explain to all 7 listeners out there what Lex is saying and what Ludwig is saying to each other?
Yeah, so Ludwig is not American, and Lex is American. So Lex is saying, I'm American, I'm the fucking best, so get out of my ring and stop disrespecting the United States of America. And Ludwig is saying, no, America sucks, I do what I want and I'm going to rip you up. And Lex is going, you try it, brother, and you come to America and I'm going to fuck you up. Basically, that's what's happened.
Why is Lex
in the crowd is saying USA?
Lex is sweating. He's on his tiptoes. He seems really into this.
He's on his tiptoes?
Look at his feet. Watch his feet.
Okay.
I can't stop that bead. That bead of sweat down his left ear is is trickling. Oh, the shirt's off. Now he means business. Watch him. He's on his tiptoes. Look at the feet. To be fair, right? If you look, I was watching an old clips of Scott Hall, and he said Kurt Hennig, every photo, watch him on his tiptoes. Got to try and look taller, brother. It's a tall man's business.
Oh, you gotta present.
So I get it.
They don't even have any. They don't even have a confidence. What is this?
Just a lot.
You know, building up to a big.
I can't get over the
big
eyebrow.
pay-per-view match.
The eyebrow is so. Right. Okay. I'm gonna go on and find it. Right. That was gonna be on our Instagram page. Anyone listening out there, we do have the odd download. I am gonna do a comparison of Ludwig Borger and Carlo Ancelotti's top left eyebrow because that's phenomenal. This show has been atrocious.
But listen, we've got Ross Greenberg coming up, so, you know, prepare yourself.
Hey, look, we've got like 16,000. We've got 16,000 followers on Instagram now.
Adam, is this Adam Bomb's match?
Yes.
That's the way. Anyone out there, you want to get into Lissy's DMs, make an Adam Bomb pump when talking about her, and she'll be all over it, like a tramp on chips.
I just, you know, there's certain wrestlers from this time that I really fondly remember. Adam Bomb was one of them.
Listen, it's an audio podcast. Explain Adam Bomb's look for our listeners out there.
Oh, so his tongue is red.
Right.
That's number one. His tongue's really red, actually. He's wearing these goggles that I'm not sure where.
What are those goggles?
From. I think that they're. Go ahead, John.
I'm guessing that they're the kind of things that will protect you from an atom bomb.
I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure.
That's the hope.
Would any form of glasses protect you from an atom bomb? I think the.
I don't think so. No. And he's being
accompanied. Folk of Hiroshima might disagree, but sorry, go on, listen.
And he's being accompanied by Harvey Whippleman, aka
Downtown Bruno.
Yeah.
We do know from The Simpsons that the goggles, they do nothing. So.
The grit.
But I imagine that this happened before that episode came out.
Great episode of The Simpsons.
And he's wearing like yellow contacts.
Simpsons Series 4 to Series 9 goated, by the way.
Goated.
Up and atom.
So this was really like the last, in my opinion, or maybe in fact, the last time that WWF really like allowed or like pushed for people to have like real managers. Do you agree, Jack? Because these guys did like the Harvey Whipplemans of the world, the Sherry Martels. Bobby was on commentary by this time. He wasn't really
doing
the manager anymore.
Yeah, Bobby had earned his money. He was in a nice marriage. He wanted to be home.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. So 94, right?
Cornette was
in
gone.
Managers Yokozuna, and then he ends up having Camp Cornette.
Apart
from him, there's no one. And that was only because Mr. Fuji couldn't really go pro in English, so they needed some English guy, and Cornette's around. Give him the job. So yeah, you're right. After 93, like that's it, game over.
This is it. And I feel like that's like a dying art. Sonny?
Does Sonny count as a manager?
Sonny doesn't count. Sonny doesn't count for anything. Sonny didn't count back then. She doesn't count now. Wow. They need to remove her from the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Like, shit.
Who belongs more in the WWE Hall of Fame, Benoit or Sonny?
What is wrong with you?
What? Just a nonsense question, Jack.
Why? First of all, apart from everything they've done, only one of them is even in the Hall of Fame right now. So that's why I'm talking about her.
Okay. By the way, she was all the way live on that whole. I think she just turned 40, right? That was when, if you were still a Ring of Honor fan, which I think you were on that time, she seduced the man who was, at the time, the greatest man that ever lived, Austin Aries.
I know, I'm like, who?
Sonny and Ann Anderson.
Didn't know you
I
came
know.
on.
There's a Ring of Honor show, February 08. I want to say the anniversary show. JJ, we should watch this because have you listened to? Oh, that power bomb was stiff. Have you listened to Nigel making all these shots at Dragon?
Yes.
So these two, their rivalry in Ring of Honor was huge from like 05 to 08 or 09. Massive. Nigel once won one match, and like most people think he's going to do it again. But they had a match for the Ring of Honor World Title.
For the title.
6th anniversary show, or maybe 7th anniversary. Hammerstein Ballroom, Feb 08. Dragon's got a concussion. He agrees, I won't hit his head. And Nigel starts bringing the elbows out. The crowd.
Whoa.
All the 3,000, all these smart fans go insane. How can he do this to us? He knows he's got head injuries. And Nigel starts doing this to the crowd. Fuck you. The 2 fingers. But before that, Sonny comes out and says, Tammy Sitch, if you come with me, there'll be plenty more sunny days ahead for Austin Aries.
Plenty more sunny days.
And she walks him by the hand and guides him out the ring.
Guide him out the ring.
And she got herself in phenomenal shape because she was going in the Hall of Fame the next month.
Yes, she was. And
what's happened since? One of the worst porn films I've ever bought.
I really appreciate you just letting me repeat after you for that entire sequence.
Wait, rewind. You bought what? What did you buy?
You bought it!
JJ, if you think I've ever paid for porn in my life.
Hello? Look at these guys! Big stars! Jack is beside himself right now. He's so unwell.
How did they get booked?
I mean, I know you did a lot of tape trading, but I didn't expect that to be one of them. But fair. Jack, I wasn't familiar with your game.
I have watched One Night in China, and that is horrendous.
Ricky Morton is such a little cutie.
Oh my god, that's Dwayne Gill. That's Gilbert.
Gilbert! Wow, legends. 3 legends in the ring.
Wow, put some respect on.
Don't forget Earl Hebner.
Not Dave. So, wow, the Rock and Roll Express coming in as a big thing in '93. Fucking hell, what's going on here?
Because if you remember, so Jim Cornette, Mr. Smoky Mountain Wrestling, these guys were coming in. They had like a cross-brand promotion going on for some time, if you remember. So that's why they're here.
Yeah, I understand that, but how does Vince? We all know what Vince likes, right? In a look, either young and athletic, or big guys who look ripped. They're neither. They're all these guys at this point.
Did you see Ludwig Borger? Is that his name? He wasn't ripped.
Anyway, if you want more about Ricky Morton, go on to the Mainly Wrestling YouTube channel. There's an exclusive interview that didn't get Lissy any heat whatsoever with Ricky and his son Kerry Morton, the new NWA light heavyweight, NWA junior heavyweight champion as of last month. Congratulations to Kerry. But these guys are like, so they burst on the scene in '84 in Memphis, and then '85 at Mid-South Heart Attack Clothesline, and '86 in Crockett. It's like these young whippersnappers, but they're 35, 36 here, trying to do the same gimmick.
I just want to say that people in their 30s matter, okay?
But listen, you said you weren't even born here, so, you know.
I'm just protecting. I'm just preemptively protecting for when I get there. That's what I'm saying.
She knows that we're, the age that we are, and she wants to make sure that we're doing okay,
At least it looks at the stars and what parenting does to you. I'm like, wow. How are you finding anti-duties, let's say?
They're going pretty well. Let's see. We're doing Halloweening. We're doing a lot of Halloweening. So
Halloween's 3 weeks away.
I know,
you gotta prepare, brother.
Last night we decorated the front of my parents' house. You have to make jack-o'-lanterns and stuff like that. There's a lot of prep that goes into it. It's not just one day, brother.
I get it.
Look at that. Quickest match ever.
I can't believe the Rock and Roll Express are here.
Yes.
Has he got a Confederate flag? Has he got a Confederate flag ripped around his wrist? Am I seeing that?
I missed that. Anyway, that's it for the show. Yeah, they're just recapping now.
So there's no Sean, there's no Brett. No, they must have had a European tour going on. No Mr. Perfect.
But wait, was Mr. Perfect wasn't wrestling around this time, brother? Was he?
93, I think. He wrestled Brett at King of the Ring. Great match. That was June. That was only 3.5 months earlier.
Okay.
But yeah, wow. That was. I mean, if you're watching this in '93, no wonder people were just turning off and going, "Yeah, wrestling not for me anymore."
Yeah, I get it.
That's supposed to be Monday Night Raw. This is edgy. This is, yeah.
The only stars on the show.
Where was Undertaker?
I don't want to.
100% they had a European tour going on.
The only stars on the show were in the opener. I don't want to take away from Rock and Roll Express, but their time has passed, right?
Dwayne Gill.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Next week we've got.
Anyway, look, next week Tatanka
as well. Yeah, they definitely had a European tour going on.
IRS.
And around this time as well, this was where they would have to go into a bit like AEW now, right? That's why they booked Collision in Canada for 6 weeks, or they went to Wembley. That's the business domestically. Yeah, the Steiners as well. Yeah. 100% overseas.
Yeah, that Collision crowd did not look good. I don't know if you saw the pictures, the non-TV pictures, but it's not good to see. TK's got to do something.
The Sugar Man.
TK's got to do something. What, Lissy, you'll know better than us. What will the crowd be like in Independence, Missouri on Tuesday night for Dynamite?
Okay, so not to bury these places, but where the hell are these places? Seriously, like
race country.
Okay, no, hold on, because I'm gonna go off on a slight tangent here. So I've seen just an unreasonable amount of tweets talking about the AEW attendance, right? That the crowd is that's like more than half empty, blah blah blah. They're going to all these random towns. Like, don't you think that if they went to a real city, it would help? Maybe I'm wrong here.
I don't know, but I feel like they exhausted the Chicago crowd. Like, there seem to be a lot of big cities that they just keep going back to, and then they were like, okay, well, let's just go to a fucking random bumfuck in the backwoods of Canada, and let's just go to these random places like an hour out of Kansas City. Yeah, I don't understand. There's still plenty of big places they can go.
Yeah, I mean, America's fucking huge, but it's
huge.
Who's booking the venues? They're booking venues where they aren't gonna sell out. So, why are you booking these venues? Where are you booking them at certain times? Like, there must be some. There seems to be no accountability internally.
Well, I'm pretty sure they hired Jeff Jarrett to be like their live event coordinator, and he spent more time fighting for the TNT title.
No. Jeff Jarrett that was his role in WWE. He was brought in as a business development director.
I just feel like, no, but honestly, like, I just feel like personally, there's a lot of places that, like,
Raphael Murphy books the venues. Carry
on. Okay, no, but like, if you're in, I can't use Massachusetts as a good state because it's not. It's a small place, right? But like, these other states are really big, right? So like, I don't know where the hell Independence, Missouri is, but like, last week they were in like Stockton, California. They go to like all these random smaller places. Like, focus on your city crowds. Like, in my, maybe I'm wrong, you know, I just know cities are where people tend to live. Like, focus on places that it's like, find out where your fans are and go there. And then, like you said, hugely overplayed and killed the Chicago audience. I never want to see them in Chicago ever again, but they'll be back.
Listen, we always go back to the golden era of Ring of Honor, right? Where would they would stick to Philly? They'd go to Boston. They go to Boston like 03, 04. They didn't go to New York until maybe 05.
No, they were still, they were in Boston 06, 07, 08, like, but they were, and that's the thing, like, when they were coming to Boston, I remember they started in a gym at a I don't know what it's called. It's like a multifunctional type of
An armory, whatever that
event
called, right?
space. Yeah, that type of space. And then they started to go to like, you know, a little bit bigger venue, then a little bit bigger venue, but like you have to build, right?
Build up,
So yeah, you have to, but like stay where go where your fans are, and then find out where your new fans are and start going there. Like it's just crazy to me. I don't know.
I thought the Seattle crowd for Wrestle Dream was very good.
Yeah.
And it's just
I just had a look on WrestleTix. They've sold 2,700 tickets at this point for a 3,400 setup. Like, it's not great, is it?
It's not great. And that's also even a 3,400 setup. That's not a lot of people for a wrestling show. Like the WWE house shows do double that sometimes. So, and
but to be honest, like I don't even think it for me, I don't need, you know, 8, 9, 10,000 people on, you know, at a Dynamite for it to be a good crowd. As someone watching on TV, you just want the fans to be loud and you want it to be packed, right? So if they book somewhere that's 3,500 fans who don't get wrestling a lot and they're noisy, amazing. But if it's half empty, like Collision was, it's just like it looks shit, it sounds shit, you know.
From the business side of things.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You can't have this big, like you can't have this big bloated roster with all these people that you're paying and then not selling any tickets. Like what? I don't. How much longer can we go? Like is Adam, the rated R superstar Adam Copeland, going to be able to be enough to get people back into AEW events on a weekly basis?
I don't think so.
Absolutely not. He's not a needle mover. Do you know who is a needle mover? The Punker.
But he's not really. He's not really. Like, it wasn't.
He's the second highest merch mover on Pro Wrestling Tees right now.
Yeah, fine, but we're talking about attendances at shows, and we saw an initial spike, right? But then what was it for his comeback? The Chicago pay-per-view, like not even the pay-per-view, the Chicago Collision. And the stuff like after that, for his comeback after his suspension, after the brawl out, like the numbers weren't amazing. So it's not like having CM Punk on the card is suddenly going to mean that you're going to sell 5,000 more tickets per night, because you're just not. That's not enough. Like the product has to be hot and people have to want to come. It can't just be like, I want to see, you know, one star doing a slightly different variation of a match with the Bang Bang Gang and FDR, and you know, like it didn't do anything.
Well, and it's also just like crazy that like, guys, we were there. If we weren't there, I wouldn't believe it. We saw 78,000, whatever the official number was, of people in the UK at the at that show. And then like the following week or 10 days later, they have like less than 4,000 people on an episode of Dynamite. It's astonishing to me. Like I really just don't understand it. I can't get it.
UK fans are fucking class.
The Dynamites after, I remember watching the first one after All In. I remember thinking, this is fucking awful. And that's it. I literally cancelled my Fight subscription the week after.
Wow.
And I mean, I know slightly biased, right, because Punk left, but I was like, yeah. There was a lot, like in the heat of the moment, All In was brilliant. There was lots of stuff I didn't like. I didn't like the 6-man with Kenny and Coda and those guys. I didn't like Stadium Stampede. I didn't like Saraya winning.
I did to see.
But
Stadium Stampede was great. I loved it.
It's just too much.
You didn't even see any of it.
No, but yeah, true. With like the stuff that you could see, like I was constantly like looking around, like you could see on the screen, oh, they're in some seats, and you're looking around saying like, oh my god, look, there's Eddie, like just up on the second ring, just like fighting. But watching it back on TV afterwards as well, yeah, it was very entertaining. But look, I've always said like AEW kind of caters for whatever style of wrestling that you like. You know, it's not necessarily one type. There's going to be, we know there's stuff that Jack hates that we like, and there's stuff that Jack likes that we don't like as much. Like everyone kind of has different stuff that they enjoy, and it works differently for different people. But I don't know. They definitely need to do something, because those numbers, and not even the numbers, but just like how kind of rinky dink it makes them look. It's not great. And you know, this week, WWE are running WrestleMania up against it, aren't they? They're bringing back Cena, they're bringing back Taker for NXT. So
For NXT. Oh my god, they brought the big guns out. This is gonna be wild.
yeah.
And do you know why? Because tomorrow's Tony's birthday, and Vince likes ruining birthdays. So
No,
many people
it's not
write,
that. It's the only time they go head to head.
and the fact it's Tony's birthday. I think Vince is a cruel man. You see, whenever Jim Ross was in his own town in Oklahoma,
He's a competitive man.
He is also a cruel man, but yeah, I feel like they would do this. I feel like
day. I mean, come on, these things aren't coincidence.
I feel like they would. I feel like they would do this regardless of if it was his birthday. They just want to get one over, right? So.
But when they found out other things, it gave a bit of added spice.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, well, we've bored people long enough. That has been the Mainly Wrestling Show. That was supposed to be the Monday Night Raw for the 11th of October. It ended up being a debrief of all the wrestling's plights and troubles. If you like what we hear here, I'm too tired to end the show with a comment.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I'm really tired. Listen, end the show for us, please.
If you like what you've seen or hear, like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, aka X, aka why did they change the name? We're on Spotify. We're somewhere else. What's the other?
We're on Google Podcasts.
We're everywhere.
Yeah. We get
just not Apple Podcasts yet.
Not yet.
But Jack's working on it.
Jack's working on trying to sell a few more of these, and it's not going that well. I've been Jack Milner.
Send me one. I'll wear that.
You wear a Shawn Michaels shirt, and then we'll talk. He's been
John Jacobs.
She's been Lissy Almeida, and we will speak to you all very soon. Bye bye.
Good night.